can't even get to God.
Hey everyone, ZaiZoe here. Welcome to my channel, just inside Minimax, and some of you might have just seen the other video released. It is New Year's Eve, so I thought I'd give a little shout out to each of the clans, show the last one of the year from each of them. We don't get a lot in from Minimax, however, Minimax has always been one of my favorite clans, something that got started back in late 2014, fun little idea that basically blew up into the game. There's so many variations of mini-maxing, or now what some people call engineering. Nice to see. At one point in time I did almost want to be dictatorish, if that's a word, and not have any of the members chat in globals until we were all built up, just kind of keep a little secret clan, but you can't really ask everybody to do that. So the word got out early and lots of people made them. They did do fairly well in wars. There was always a bit of bias there that Supercell and other people thought that the Minimax bases were cheaters, but in the end, you know, we had to put in higher bases, because if we didn't put in a higher base, we would have had so many ties versus wins that it wouldn't even have been funny. So it wasn't a big advantage. The only advantage that Minimax really had wasn't at the top, wasn't drawing easy wars. It was the fact that we got more chances to go for that top guy if needed. Right? We could cover everything, everybody could cover everything, and you know, if the other side only had a couple Town Hall 11s, they've only got so many chances to clean our top. We would just have more chances. That's really where the slight advantage would come. But if you're losing to a Minimax clan, you shouldn't blame the Minimax bases. Blame your own players for not getting it done. That's all I gotta say there. Now, to me, wars, because I have other clans and because I've made other clans that are no longer existing, you know, it always seemed a little lopsided to me as it was. The way the war system is now, I'm not quite sure that it's as good as it was back in 2017 at the beginning. I truly think back at 2017, as far as the heroes' AI, what the troops were doing, what wars were locking, all that stuff, it was fun and enjoyable. Many people were having a good time with it. All the little changes and tweaks kind of ruined things for me a bit. We're still going though. We did end up taking a really big break for probably 2 months. I think it was 60 days. We had no wars inside Minimax Savage. The system was just too crazy. We were 8 days of searching. But from Savage 7, that's also what used to happen in 2015, 2016, 2017. They were always to the lopsided. You know, it's a Town Hall 7 only clan. So when we're drawing clans with Town Hall 9s, Town Hall 10s, we even had a war once where there was a Town Hall 11 up top, and that's all 7s on our side. There's something wrong with the system there to begin with. So to now try and make it so that the little guys have the disadvantage and weigh them heavier, I mean, it just, I don't think it worked quite right, but that is just my opinion. There are still guys out there winning wars. Everybody keeps talking about the 6A or Gay Martins. I don't know how you want to say that. I don't think they war anymore. They've been at that 360 some war wins for a while. So I'm not quite sure what the newest longest streak out there is going, aside from that one, but be interesting to see how everyone's doing out there. I know sometimes we get a little lopsided, but wars are still down to about 1 or 2 bases at the top, the way it's always been. So we're gonna keep plugging away, and we're gonna try to do what we do here. And Math laying down some 3 stars, and that eagle basically going right to the end, doing maximum damage. Quite surprised I actually made it all the way through. And as I had said in my other video, I'm extremely happy at the moment with Supercell for the war loot bonus, although I don't think they quite worded it right. So last war I was kind of a little grumpy because it says you'll get 2 times the war loot, win, lose, or draw. And I understood that as whatever it says you're going to get, win, lose, or draw, you're going to get 2 times that. But that's not what it is at all. It's still the way it was. So I'm not sure the percentage of a draw awarded or a percentage of the loss awarded as far as the loot goes, but it was only 2 times that. So it wasn't 2 times the actual loot that you got awarded. It was only 2 times whatever happened. It's kind of a little cheesy there, but I'd like to see him just keep the loot like that. Said war's never really been a huge thing about loot, but we should be at least making, you know, a guy should make back double what his attack is. Otherwise, you know, what's the sense of warring? Like, war should be able to help us out a little bit, be able to get us some extra loot to upgrade a bit. When you're basically spending what it's costing to do the raids, and that's what you're getting back, it's not really a maximum gain there. So I don't know, Supercell. If any of you out there have your ears on, keeping that loot way up there would be nice. And Stitch is coming in strong. And at first I thought his queen was actually going to go up the wall, but like a typical queen, she decided to turn around and come back the other way. I do not know what Supercell has going on for the AI of the heroes, but my goodness. I can't wait to make my fails video, because I have so many great hero fails that it'll make you scratch your head and wonder, that's for sure. And them hogs cleaning up the last few defense there. Easily gonna get that 3 stars. It's a matter of cleaning up that last little debris. And there he goes. And gonna take a little look. This is my Minimax, a Town Hall 6 layout. That was the old school Town Hall 6 layouts, if any of you remember, back when they only had 1 air defense. They also had no air blower, but I did add that after it came out. I decided, well, I'll add the 1 blower, can't hurt. And that is the Warlog, 429 wins, 31 losses, and 12 ties for a total of 472 wars. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Give a shout out to all of the players that made those happen. And Anita in war, finding himself a little Town Hall 10, 9.5. No, it's a 10. He's got the 2 Infernos there. And won't be too hard. And this is where we kind of get our advantage a little bit, right? We've got those few higher bases that can come down and help out those other guys. If somebody's fair in war, a Town Hall 10 is not necessarily going to 3-star a Town Hall 10. Town Hall 9's not necessarily going to 3-star a Town Hall 9. You know, an 11-11, so on and so forth. But when you get those mini-maxes in there, those guys should be the ones that are able to clean up. You know, you get this Town Hall 11 mini-max, well, he can come down and he can cover for the 10s. Right? We've got our heavy hitters up top, so then we've got those guys to come down. You've got your Town Hall 10 mini-maxes. Those guys can either step up and take out some Town Hall 10s, or they can be the cleanups on the 9s that they fail, and so on and so forth. It's kind of a way to cover yourself, keep yourself safe. And I didn't see anything wrong with it. Apparently Supercell wasn't a huge fan of it. Some of the Clashers weren't a huge fan of it, but I know enough of them were that Supercell had to do something to figure out a new way to set a program, so you must have done something right, ZaiZoe. And I am freezing my tush off up here in Canada. I just want to say again, it is minus 36 degrees Celsius outside. It's just freaking cold. And with the wind chill, I think it was like minus 41 Celsius they were saying today, but And I said in my tractor video, Ice Road Tractors, if any of you guys seen me crossing the frozen river in a tractor and outfit, that the fun fact of that video was that minus 40 degrees Celsius was also the equal for minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. That fun little spot that equals out there. Everybody seems to know that 0 is 32 Fahrenheit, so not many know that 40 is 40, but now you're one of the few. And last up, my raid. I was a little nervous on this one. As you can see, I mean, I've only got a level 12 queen. My king is down at the moment. There is no pulling this CC out. This is a go all in and hope that your lava explosions can manage to take out the CC there. Normally I would have gone with a poison. This one I hit attack too fast and I was like, oh no, a haste. But actually, you know, I think that haste came in more handy than the poison normally would have there. Gonna haste those right side loons. They're gonna get up in there, get out both that air defense and that expo. I'm almost sure if I hadn't have had that, would have killed off my right side there, and the left side probably wouldn't have been strong enough to make it all the way up and around back down. So managing to pull that one out of my hat, I think. Some people might say another place, but I'm going to say I pulled it out of my hat. And just cleaning up the last there. Everything's going down for the 3 stars, and Minimax is going to end its last war of the year in an hour or so with a win. So again, everyone, thanks for watching. I'll see all of you later. Have a good New Year's. Peace.